Good evening, and thank you for being here today. I want to talk to you about something that's not easy but profoundly powerful: staying quiet after disrespect. You see, life is full of moments where people will hurt you, misunderstand you, or speak things that aren't true. They'll provoke you, push your buttons, and try to pull you into their drama. And your first instinct might be to defend yourself, to clap back, to prove them wrong. But let me tell you, that's not always the best path. Staying quiet doesn't mean weakness. It reflects strength and maturity. In a world where everyone seems eager to have the last word, to defend themselves, or to prove their point, choosing silence is often misunderstood. People may think it's a sign of fear or submission, but the truth is, it takes far more strength to hold your tongue than to unleash it. Silence in the face of disrespect is not about letting someone walk over you or ignoring what's wrong. It's about rising above the situation and choosing a higher path. When you stay quiet, you're exercising self-control, and that's one of the greatest indicators of inner strength. It's easy to give in to anger, frustration, or hurt feelings. It's natural to want to lash out, to let the other person know exactly how you feel, and to make them regret what they said or did. But think about this. What do you truly gain by reacting in the heat of the moment? A temporary sense of satisfaction, perhaps, but often at the cost of your peace and dignity. True strength lies in restraint. It lies in being able to take a deep breath, assess the situation, and decide that your energy is better spent elsewhere. Maturity plays a significant role in this decision. When you've grown in wisdom, you realize that not every battle is worth fighting. Not every insult deserves a response. Not every person who disrespects you is worth your attention. A mature person understands that reacting to negativity only feeds it. When you respond to disrespect with more disrespect, you're giving the situation power over you. You're letting someone else dictate your emotions and actions. But when you choose silence, you're taking back that power. You're saying, I won't let this define me. I won't let this moment derail me from my purpose. Staying quiet also shows confidence. When you know your worth, you don't feel the need to defend it at every turn. You're secure in who you are and what you stand for, so the opinions of others hold less weight. Confidence isn't loud or boastful. It's calm and steady. It's the ability to walk away from a disrespectful situation without feeling the need to prove yourself. Silence in this context becomes a statement of self-assurance. It says, I know my value and I don't need your validation. Moreover, silence protects your peace. The more you engage in negativity, the more it consumes you. Every argument, every back and forth exchange drains your emotional energy. But when you stay quiet, you're preserving that energy for things that truly matter: your goals, your growth, your happiness. Silence you to maintain focus. It keeps you grounded, reminding you that life is bigger than this one moment of disrespect. Another reason staying quiet reflects strength is that it demonstrates trust in a higher power. For those who believe, it's a way of saying, God, I trust you to handle this. I trust you to see the injustice and bring resolution in your way, in your time. This kind of faith requires incredible strength. It's not about ignoring the wrong, but about believing that you don't have to fix it all yourself. It's about letting go and letting God. Lastly, staying quiet inspires others. When people see someone who can endure disrespect without losing their composure, it speaks volumes. It shows them a better way to handle challenges. It teaches them that silence can be a powerful tool, not a sign of weakness, but a mark of wisdom and grace. You may not realize it, but your ability to stay quiet could be the very thing that encourages someone else to rise above their own struggles. In the end, staying quiet is about choosing strength over weakness, maturity over impulsiveness, and peace over chaos. It's about knowing who you are, valuing your energy, and trusting that some battles are best left unfought. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. And when you make that choice, you'll find that silence is often more powerful than words. Your silence protects your peace and keeps you above the noise. In life, there will always be noise, distractions, misunderstandings, criticisms, and negativity that try to pull you into their chaotic orbit. It's easy to get swept up in it all, to feel the need to respond to every slight, defend every misunderstanding, and correct every wrong. But when you do that, you risk giving away your peace, one of the most valuable things you possess. Silence is not just an absence of words. It's a deliberate act of self-preservation, a shield that guards your mind and heart from unnecessary turmoil. When you choose silence in the face of negativity, you're making a conscious decision to protect your peace. Peace is something you can't buy, but you can lose it so easily if you let external chaos invade your internal calm. People will say things that are hurtful, whether intentionally or out of ignorance. They'll provoke you, test your patience, and try to drag you into their conflicts. If you respond to every jab or argument, you end up lowering yourself to their level. You waste energy that could be used for something far more meaningful. Silence, on the other hand, is a way of saying, I refuse to let this disturb my inner world. Remaining silent doesn't mean you're ignoring what's happening or that you're weak. It means you're choosing not to react in a way that disrupts your equilibrium. It's about recognizing that not every battle is worth your energy. There are moments in life when the best thing you can do is nothing. When you don't respond, you create a space for clarity to emerge. That space allows you to think, to process, and to decide how or if you want to engage. Silence gives you control over your emotions and your actions, while reacting impulsively often hands that control over to someone else. Silence so keeps you above the noise. Picture yourself as an eagle flying high above the storm. Down below, the wind is raging and the rain is pouring, but up where you are, it's calm and still. That's what silence does. It elevates you. It allows you to rise above the chaos, to maintain a higher perspective. When you don't get caught up in the noise, you're able to focus on what truly matters. You're not weighed down by unnecessary arguments or the need to prove yourself. Instead, you're free to move forward, to keep pursuing your goals, and to live with a sense of purpose. Your silence also sets boundaries. It sends a clear message without saying a word. I will not engage in negativity. I will not allow this to take up space in my life. Boundaries are essential for maintaining peace. If you allow every criticism, every rude comment, or every conflict to penetrate your mind and heart, you'll find yourself constantly stressed, anxious, or upset. But when you stay silent, you're choosing to protect your mental and emotional health. You're prioritizing your well-being over the fleeting satisfaction of having the last word. There's something powerful about staying quiet, especially when others expect you to react. It's a demonstration of self-control, which is one of the strongest forms of power. Silence often disarms negativity. When someone comes at you with disrespect or anger and you respond with silence, it can stop them in their tracks. They don't know how to proceed because you're not feeding into the conflict. In many cases, your silence can speak louder than words, communicating a calm confidence that says, I'm not bothered by this. I'm above this. Silence allows you to hear what's truly important. When there's too much noise, it's hard to focus on what matters. But in silence, you can hear your own thoughts, your own intuition, and even the voice of God guiding you. Silence creates a space for reflection and wisdom. It helps you make decisions from a place of clarity rather than confusion. Protecting your peace means valuing yourself enough to walk away from anything that disrupts your sense of calm. It means recognizing that your energy is precious and that not everyone deserves a response. Silence doesn't make you a passive bystander. It makes you a protector of your own spirit. When you stay quiet, you're not just avoiding conflict. You're choosing peace, focus, and strength over chaos and distraction. In the end, your silence is your power. It keeps you steady when everything around you feels shaky. It preserves your joy when others try to steal it. It allows you to rise above the noise and live in a place of purpose, grace, and inner peace. Silence isn't weakness, it's wisdom. And when you choose it, you're choosing to honor yourself in your journey. Not every battle deserves your energy or attention. Life is full of moments that test us, tempt us, and pull at our emotions. From disagreements and misunderstandings to outright disrespect, it's easy to feel like you have to fight every battle that comes your way. But the truth is, not everything requires your engagement. Some situations are simply not worth the time, energy, and peace of mind they would cost you. When you learn to discern which battles to fight and which to walk away from, you unlock a deeper sense of freedom, focus, and strength. Your energy is one of your most valuable resources, and it's limited. Every day you have a finite amount of mental, emotional, and physical energy to give. If you spend it fighting every battle that comes your way, responding to every criticism, arguing every point, or trying to prove yourself to everyone, you'll soon find yourself drained, frustrated, stuck. Not every situation is worth your attention because not every situation will lead to growth, resolution, or anything productive. Some battles are just distractions designed to pull you away from what truly matters. When you give your energy to every little fight, you're essentially scattering your focus. Instead of putting your time and effort into things that move you forward, your goals, your relationships, your personal growth, you're wasting it on conflicts that have no lasting value. It's like pouring water into a bucket with holes. No matter how much you pour, it never fills up. But when you choose your battles wisely, you're able to concentrate your energy where it can make the most impact. You're able to invest in the things that truly matter, the things that align with your purpose and bring you closer to the life you want to live. Walking away from certain battles doesn't make you weak, it makes you wise. It takes strength to step back and say, this isn't worth my time. It takes maturity to recognize that some conflicts are fueled by ego, not necessity. People will often try to drag you into their drama, their negativity, or their insecurities. They'll provoke you, test your patience, and try to pull you down to their level. But when you refuse to engage, you're not losing, you're winning. You're keeping your peace, protecting your energy, and staying focused on what truly matters. One of the hardest lessons in life is learning that you don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. Some battles are just noise designed to distract you from your purpose. They're traps that pull you into cycles of negativity and leave you feeling worse off than before. The more you engage in these unnecessary conflicts, the more you lose sight of what's important. But when you choose to let go, to walk away, you're taking back your power. You're refusing to let someone else dictate how you spend your energy or how you feel about yourself. Letting go of unnecessary battles also frees you from the burden of always needing to be right. Sometimes the best thing you can do is let someone else think they've won. It's not about conceding defeat. It's about valuing your peace over your pride. Winning an argument might feel good in the moment, but if it leaves you emotionally exhausted or disrupts your sense of calm, was it really worth it? True strength is knowing when to stand your ground and when to step aside. Not every battle is yours to fight. Some situations are best left to time, perspective, or even divine intervention. There are moments when the best thing you can do is trust that life where God will handle the situation in ways you can't. When you let go of the need to control every outcome or address every slight, you make room for bigger blessings to come your way. You free yourself from the weight of carrying battles that were never meant for you. By choosing which battles deserve your attention, you also set an example for others. People notice when you carry yourself with grace, when you rise above petty conflicts, and when you focus on the bigger picture. Your actions can inspire others to do the same, showing them that not every fight is worth fighting and that peace is more powerful than conflict. In the end, your energy is precious and your time is limited. You can't afford to waste them on things that don't add value to your life. Not every battle deserves your attention because not every battle contributes to your growth, your happiness, or your purpose. By letting go of the unnecessary and focusing on what truly matters, you allow yourself to move forward with clarity, strength, and peace. And that's not just a wise choice, it's a powerful one. Trust that God sees and will handle injustice in His way and timing. In life, it's easy to feel frustrated and discouraged when faced with unfair situations. People might mistreat you, lie about you, or take advantage of your kindness. You might work hard and feel like others are reaping the rewards that should have been yours. These moments can weigh heavy on your heart, and the natural response is often to seek justice on your own, to right the wrongs, and to prove to everyone that you're in the right. But there's a greater peace and power in stepping back and trusting that God sees it all and will handle it in His perfect way. When you trust God with injustice, you're acknowledging that He is sovereign, that nothing escapes His attention. God sees the pain you've endured. He hears the unspoken prayers, the silent tears, and the cries of your heart. Even when it feels like no one else understands what you're going through, God does. He is a God of justice, a God who promises to fight for you when you can't fight for yourself. Scripture reminds us in Deuteronomy 32:35, "It is mine to avenge, I will repay." This isn't just a statement, it's a promise. It's God assuring you that He will take care of the situation, even if it doesn't happen in the way or timeline you expect. Trusting God to handle injustice requires patience and faith, and that can be challenging. It's hard to wait when you feel wronged, especially when it seems like the person who hurt you is getting away with it. You may wonder, why isn't God doing something now? Why is He letting this happen? But God's timing is not like ours. What looks like a delay to us is often part of His perfect plan. Sometimes He allows things to happen because He's working on a bigger picture, one we can't yet see. He's not just interested in dealing with the injustice, He's also shaping you in the process. He's teaching you to trust Him, to lean on Him, and to grow stronger in your faith. When you let God handle injustice, you're also freeing yourself from the burden of revenge. Carrying anger and bitterness in your heart only weighs you down. It steals your joy, disrupts your peace, and keeps you stuck in the pain of the past. But when you release the situation to God, you're saying, I don't need to carry this anymore. I trust You to take care of it. That act of surrender is incredibly freeing. It allows you to move forward with your life, unburdened by resentment or the need to settle the score. Trusting God doesn't mean ignoring the injustice or pretending it didn't happen. It means choosing to rise above it, to let God be your defender. He knows how to bring justice in ways we could never imagine. Sometimes that means changing the heart of the person who wronged you. Other times it means opening doors for you that no one can shut, giving you opportunities and blessings that far outweigh the hurt you've experienced. And sometimes it means working on your own heart, helping you forgive and let go so you can live in freedom. God's way of handling injustice is always better than ours. We might think we know what needs to happen, how things should play out, but God's wisdom is infinitely greater. He sees the beginning and the end. He knows what's best for you, not just in this moment, but in the grand scheme of your life. When you trust Him, you're allowing His plan to unfold, even when it doesn't make sense right now. It's not easy to wait for God's justice, but His timing is always perfect. There's peace in knowing that you don't have to fix everything or fight every battle. Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." That stillness is an act of trust. It's saying, God, I know you've got this. I know you're working behind the scenes, even when I can't see it. When you trust God to handle injustice, you're placing your faith in His character, His goodness, His love, and His faithfulness. He is a God who never forgets, never overlooks, and never lets His children down. In His way, in His timing, He will make things right. He will restore what was lost, heal what was broken, and bless you in ways that leave no doubt of His hand in your life. So let go of the need to control the outcome and trust that God sees, God knows, and God will handle it. Elevating yourself requires letting go. Offenses, not reacting to them. Life is full of opportunities to be offended. Someone cuts you off in traffic, a coworker takes credit for your idea, or a friend makes a careless remark that stings. Offenses come in many forms, big and small, and they often appear when you least expect them. The way you handle these moments determines whether you remain stuck in a cycle of negativity or rise above it to live with peace, purpose, and in grace. True elevation, the kind that allows you to grow and thrive, requires you to let go of offenses instead of reacting to them. When you hold on to an offense, it doesn't hurt the person who caused it, it hurts you. It occupies space in your mind and heart, creating a burden that weighs you down. Every time you replay the moment in your head, you're reliving the pain, giving it more power over you. This energy could be spent on something far more productive, like pursuing your goals or enjoying your life. Holding on to offenses keeps you tethered to the past, preventing you from moving forward. But when you let go, you free yourself, you reclaim your energy and your peace, allowing yourself to focus on what truly matters. Letting go of offenses doesn't mean you're excusing bad behavior or pretending it didn't happen. It means you're choosing not to let it define you. Reacting to every offense may feel like a way to stand up for yourself, but in reality, it often gives others control over your emotions. When someone offends you and you react in anger or frustration, you're allowing them to dictate your response. But when you let go, you're taking back that control. You're deciding that your peace is more valuable than their words or actions. Not reacting to offenses is a sign of strength, not weakness. It takes incredible self-discipline to hold your tongue or to walk away when your pride feels bruised. Anyone can react impulsively, but it takes maturity and wisdom to pause, assess the situation, and decide that some things simply aren't worth your attention. By choosing not to react, you're demonstrating emotional intelligence. You're showing that you're grounded, confident, and focused on a bigger picture. Letting go of offenses is also an act of forgiveness, and forgiveness is one of the most powerful tools for elevation. When you forgive someone, you're not saying that what they did was okay, you're saying that you refuse to let it control you. Forgiveness is for your benefit, not theirs. It's a way of releasing the emotional baggage that comes with holding on to hurt. When you forgive, you lighten your load, and that makes it easier to rise higher as higher in life. Carrying grudges only keeps you weighed down, but forgiveness sets you free. Choosing not to react to offenses also sets you apart. In a world where people are quick to retaliate, quick to argue, and quick to hold grudges, your ability to rise above speaks volumes. It shows others that you're operating on a different level, a level of grace, dignity, and purpose. Your silence and restraint in the face of offense can inspire those around you. People will notice your calm demeanor and your ability to stay focused even when others try to bring you down. When you let go of offenses, you're also making room for better things in your life. Anger, bitterness, and resentment take up valuable space in your heart. They cloud your mind and make it difficult to see the opportunities and blessings that surround you. But when you let go, you open yourself up to joy, peace, and new possibilities. You can't elevate yourself if you're carrying the weight of every offense. Letting go creates the space you need to grow, to dream, and to achieve. Reacting to offenses often pulls you into unnecessary battles, distracting you from your purpose. Not every comment needs a response, and not every slight needs to be addressed. Elevation requires focus, and focus requires discipline. When you're constantly reacting to offenses, you're scattering your energy, giving pieces of yourself to situations that don't deserve them. But when you choose to rise above, you're conserving your energy for the things that truly matter. Elevation is about taking the high road, even when it's difficult. It's about recognizing that you have a choice in how you respond to life's challenges. patience, and a commitment to living with purpose. It shows that you're not ruled by your emotions, nor are you swayed by the behavior of others. When you choose grace, you're taking control of the narrative. You're saying, I will not let this situation define me or dictate how I respond. Grace also has the power to transform situations and relationships. When you respond with grace instead of retaliation, you often catch people off guard. They expect anger or defensiveness, but grace sends a different message. It says, I'm not here to fight. I'm here to rise above. Sometimes that act of grace can soften hearts, change perspectives, and even mend relationships. It's not always immediate, and it's not guaranteed, but grace plants seeds of peace and understanding that can grow in ways you never expected. Choosing grace is also a way of protecting your energy. Retaliation takes a lot out of you mentally, emotionally, and even physically. It keeps you tied to the conflict, replaying it in your mind and justifying your actions. But grace allows you to let go. It helps you release the situation and move on with your life, unburdened by the stress and negativity that come with retaliation. When you choose grace, you're conserving your energy for the things that truly matter, your goals, your relationships, your growth. Grace is empowering because it aligns you with your values. When you respond with grace, you're staying true to the person you want to be, not the person the situation is trying to provoke you into becoming. Retaliation often pulls you out of character, causing you to act in ways you might later regret. But grace keeps you grounded. It reminds you of your principles and helps you live in a way that reflects your integrity and strength. Another reason grace is empowering is that it allows you to focus on the bigger picture. Retaliation often comes from a place of pride or a desire to win in the moment, but grace comes from a place of wisdom and perspective. It helps you see that not every battle is worth fighting and that sometimes the best victory is walking away with your peace intact. When you choose grace, you're choosing to keep your eyes on your purpose and your path rather than getting sidetracked by temporary conflicts. Grace also creates an inner sense of confidence and self-respect. When you respond with grace, you're telling yourself, I am strong enough to rise above this. I am secure enough in who I am that I don't need to prove myself to anyone. That confidence radiates outward and people notice. They see the way you handle challenges with poise and strength, and it earns you a level of respect that retaliation never could. Finally, grace has a ripple effect. When you choose grace, you're not just impacting the immediate situation, you're setting an example for those around you. Your actions inspire others to rise above conflict and respond with kindness and patience. Grace has a way of spreading, creating a culture of understanding and respect that reaches far beyond the original conflict. Choosing grace over retaliation doesn't mean you're ignoring the hurt or pretending nothing happened. It means you're deciding not to let the situation consume you. It means you're choosing empowerment over bitterness, peace over chaos, and growth over stagnation. And as you make that choice, you'll find that grace not only